following program is sponsored by Michael W. Smith. The views expressed on the following program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership.
Phoenix, Arizona, this is Brother Mike. I'm back on the radio. Welcome to HardcoreChristianity.com. Thank you for tuning into the program today. Today's Bible study, Satan's surveillance state. It's just around the corner. Hey, will you call somebody until the radio program's on? I'll kill some announcements here while you make that call. Thanks for helping out. America's in big trouble. Very, very revealing radio show today. This is Brother Mike. I'm the professional counselor at the Arizona Deliverance Center. We're downtown. We're on 15th Avenue, just south of Osborne Road. It's the red brick building. We have 2 services every week. They're live, Thursday and Friday nights at 7 o'clock. Preaching, teaching, healing, and deliverance. Both those services are streamed on the internet on youtube.com/houseofhealingaz. When you go to the website, please remember to hit the PayPal button and send us another donation. Thanks for keeping us on the air for almost 20 years. February is my anniversary. Sister Karen's on the homepage of the website, ready to list your house for sale. Thank you for the referrals that you've sent her. When you go to the website, please sign up for one of our free seminars and my monthly deliverance training class. It's free. It's in the small sanctuary on the 4th Saturday of every month at noon. If you need a religious exemption to get out of the kill shot, the vaccine, send me an email, Mike at hardcorechristianity.com, and I'll send you a religious exemption. Do you know somebody who needs to be delivered and they can't come to the deliverance center? No problem. Send me an email, Mike at hardcorechristianity.com. I will send you the miracle list for healing and deliverance, a step-by-step guide to freedom. Don't forget about our next children's deliverance service. The one we had last weekend was utterly amazing. You wouldn't believe how many these kids got delivered from spirits and rebellion spirits. It was quite amazing. We will be having one again in May. If you need a 2021 donation receipt, be happy to email it to you, Mike at hardcorechristianity.com. Satan's surveillance state. Listen to this. Listen to me carefully. I don't know whether you realize this or not, but you are under 24-hour, 7-day-a-week, 365 surveillance. You're being watched day and night by demons. Satan has a surveillance system in the kingdom of darkness. It's spiritual. It's in the spirit world. Job chapter 1. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before Jehovah. Satan came among them. Well, the sons of God there, that's mentioned 5 times in the Old Testament. It always refers to angels. Those were God's angels that came to present themselves before Jehovah to file reports for whatever their job duties were. Satan came among them, and Jehovah noticed it, and he said to him, "Where'd you come from?" Satan said, "I came from going to and fro in the earth and from walking up and down in it." Translation, he is a sub rosa expert. He has a surveillance state. Then, in verse 8, Job chapter 1, Jehovah says to Satan, "Have you considered my servant Job?" Now in Hebrew, that actually says, "Sum leib ebed." That's the Hebrew phrase. It means, I see you've put your focus on Job's heart. You're putting your focus on Job's heart. I see what you're doing. And then Jehovah realizes that Satan's got Job under surveillance, and he throws down the gauntlet of what a wonderful servant of God Job is, and you know the rest of the story. Check out 1 Chronicles chapter 21. King David was under surveillance 24/7. Verse 1, Satan stood up against Israel and provoked David to number Israel. That's the Hebrew word for provoke there is suth. It means to poke or prod. And he did it through attacking David's mind. Why? Because David and his thoughts and his mind was under surveillance. The greatest Christian that ever lived, as you know, is the great apostle Paul. In 2 Corinthians chapter 12, Paul explains that he's under surveillance. He said, "Lest I should be exalted above measure through the abundance of the revelations given to me, there was given to me also a thorn in the flesh, the messenger of Satan to buffet me, lest I should be exalted above measure." Paul had gotten so many revelations from God that something had to be done because he was going to get puffed up and prideful like he did when he was in Judaism. The Lord foresaw that happening, so he allowed a messenger of Satan, angelos, satanas. That is the Greek phrase that means angel of Satan. A fallen angel was allowed to follow Paul around to buffet him. The Greek word there is kolophizo. It means to punch or beat, like you would beat somebody up. Like you'd go to San Francisco and somebody would attack somebody on the street, punching them out, beating them up. That's exactly what it was. What was causing that? Paul, as the most dangerous Christian that ever lived, was under 24-hour surveillance. Now Satan wants to replicate what he has done in China. He has put the entire country under surveillance. There's cameras everywhere in every major city in China. It's unbelievable. And the technology there is off the chain dangerous. It is now happening here. Did you see these articles? I looked at several of them for you today. Here's one of them, quote, "A widespread effort is underway within the Biden administration to create special lists and track federal employees or applicants who seek religious exemptions. 55 departments and agencies within the Biden administration have created 57 rule changes to track federal employees seeking different types of exemptions." And it goes beyond COVID-19. They want to track all exemptions for everything. Anything. Religious, medical, you name it. Sometimes there's exemptions for working on the Sabbath or working on Sundays. These tracking devices even include tracking visitors in and out of the building. Okay? Now, this thing started 2 years ago. Here's what happened. They came up with the phony mask mandate. In the beginning, Dr. Flocky told everyone on video that masks don't work. But then they explained to him that they needed to perfect the facial recognition software. So he flipped and then said masks were mandatory for everybody, including 2-year-olds. They're trying to mask 2-year-olds and kindergartners in our schools. But the purpose of it was to perfect the facial recognition software. They want to be able to track you by viewing only the top half of your face. It's focused on the eyes. Right now, many corporations and many areas of the federal government, instead of using your fingerprint to get into certain restricted areas, are using your eyes and your irises. They track you through your eyes. That's what they're doing with these masks. They know the masks don't work. They never did work. The elites, the billionaires, the oligarchs, the people that run the country, the Democrats, everybody, they don't even wear masks. They mandate masks, but they don't wear the masks. That's been proven numerous times over the last 2 years. That's not even debatable anymore. It's a complete joke. They go to public meetings, football games, gatherings. It doesn't matter. Parties. Barack Obama had a big birthday party here recently. Nobody was wearing masks at his party. The whole thing's a joke. The purpose of the masks never was for your health or the greater good of our society. It was to learn how to track you. They're learning how to track you. And they're keeping databases at the federal government over your choices and your religious exemptions or your medical exemptions. They're tracking you. They're keeping these records. In addition, the Biden administration is now keeping records of over 54 million gun owners in the United States. They got the information from documents from the ATF. Here's what happened. When a gun shop closes, and that's what they wanted to have happen when they put in these fake lockdowns, a lot of the businesses went under, and several of them were gun stores. Well, there's a law that says you have to turn over all your records to the ATF if a gun store goes out of business. The information is stored in West Virginia. Now they've got 54 million records on people who purchase guns, all stored at a facility in Virginia. They're creating a national gun owners database. In addition, Biden wants laws passed to track your checking account so that if you write a check or you get a deposit greater than $600, the government makes a note of it and it goes into a database. Can you believe this? Well, it gets worse. Greg Buttigieg, the Department of Transportation Secretary, just released, this is the Build Back Better crap, a 42-page road safety plan, and it costs $14 billion for new infrastructure. Guess what the new infrastructure is, according to the National Road Safety Strategy Group? Yeah. Cameras all over every major city in the country. The masks, the cameras, Satan, he's watching you. Dear friend, the rapture and the tribulation is only a few years away now, and God wants you to now fulfill your destiny. You're being called by God to pull as many people as you can out of the fire. I will help you. 602-636-5800. If you are a born-again Christian, you're eligible for free counseling services at the Arizona Deliverance Center. You are being watched 24/7 by demons, and the demons are now recruiting America to watch you too.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership. This program was sponsored by Michael W. Smith.